What is up, everybody? I've got Erik Barber across from me, and we've got 10 minutes to talk about kill kits. Now, this is kind of like an East versus West, even though, actually, Erik, you and I are just coming off a couple Western hunts, me for antelope, you for deer. But yeah, I thought our kill kits were gonna look very similar.
Yep.
They're not. They're kind of vastly different. So why don't we go with yours? It shouldn't take long. And so talk about, you've got a few items on the table here. So if you're watching on YouTube, you might get a clearer picture. That's always a good idea. Sometimes or oftentimes we have props here. Erik, this is kind of your Eastern whitetail kill kit, correct?
Yep. And right off the bat, it's worth mentioning that we've got a write-up on this, so a written version of basically everything we're covering here in much greater detail up at the vortexoptics.com website on the blog, where we take an even deeper dive into this stuff, field kit for field care. But today, what we're kind of focusing on is these kill kits. And yeah, I mean, this is what I'll use on a Midwestern whitetail hunt. It's also the same thing I'm going to use when I'm mule deer hunting out in Montana this fall. So basically all I have here, and Mark, you kind of go into this in your article, different types of knives. This is a Buck 110 folder.
Classic. A classic.
It is a classic. And I got this knife from my dad when I was like 16 years old. So it's like, I don't know. I will never use another hunting knife. Everything I've ever shot, I've processed with this thing, or at least in the field processing. And
they make a lot lighter one though.
It's ounces, Mark.
Just mere ounces. What now? Let me ask you this. Now I don't want to jinx it. We got a block of wood. We got a big wood table. Compliments of MC Ryan. You ever lost that knife?
A bunch, and I always find it. Like it's if I ever lose this thing, I'll be devastated. But the to your point about lightweightedness of a knife. So we'll get into what you have in your kill kit for as far as a knife goes. The cool thing with these Buck 110s is they have a pretty broad rear handle there. I've done everything from tapping back in little pins on. I've got a pretty retro 410 that the little hinge pin is always coming out of.
Okay.
I've tapped it in with this quite a bit. So there's definitely pros and cons from having something a little bit more robust versus something super minimalistic.
Totally. Well, and that is kind of like a multi-purpose thing. I've got one of those knives as well, and like you said, that kind of, I think it's brass. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
That tough end. It basically is a hammer. So if tent stakes, pins, whatever.
You can do
mine
it
is
all.
super dinged up. Actually, I don't even know what it was, but it was used as a hammer for something.
Yep. I've got a couple lights here. I have just a little $10 Energizer light that I've bought from Walmart. I've gone through all kinds of headlamps. I've spent a bunch of money on them, and I've kind of settled on these. You can buy one for 10, or I think you can buy 4 for 20 or $30 or something like that at Walmart.
Keep one in your truck. Keep one in your pack.
Exactly. And just a pretty basic headlamp.
How bright is that?
It's not. That. It's here we go. So
you got
red,
the 3-color,
and then
I don't know. I'm having trouble seeing right now, so it's bright enough, I guess.
In addition to the headlamp, I also have a tracking light. And this is a super bright light. This I'm not going to shine in your eyes because you'd be blind. It's a Streamlight ProTac HLX.
Okay.
And this thing, I can put this on an AR and it mounts to a gun that way, which is really nice.
Why do you consider you need a separate tracking light then?
So perfect example, just this last week was out in North Dakota. Graham got a shot at a buck. We were looking for his arrow, and these lights are so for really lighting up the world. This thing, it's like the day.
Gotcha.
You make the night daytime with this thing. So whether you're looking for small specks of blood, looking for an arrow, whatever.
More range.
Exactly.
I guess.
I can shine this beam, up to 200, 300 yards. It's unbelievable. So really nice when it comes to tracking. And then once you do recover something, I've got the Argali High Country game bags here.
Yep.
I love these things. It's unbelievable how much they return to normal after using them. Whereas whatever the other
Kind
material.
of like the more cheesecloth.
Yeah, cheesecloth
whatever.
is the word I was looking for. I've used those in the past, and I still have a backup set that I actually keep in my truck in the fall in case I forget these.
Right.
But these just wash up really nice. They're reusable. I reused the cheesecloth ones too, but they never are quite the same.
Yeah. No, I agree. So is that's it.
Then put all the meat in here, put it on my back, and out we go.
Bam, bing, bang, boom. All right. Well, we've got a little less than 5 minutes, so I can guarantee you this is probably going to be over a 10-minute talk, everybody. All right. We got my kill kit here. Some things are out, and I'm gonna go through. We'll start with the main stuff here. So, and I'd say this is kind of my Western, or even this is just always going to be the same thing I have in my pack, essentially. So I went with a lightweight knife. So this is actually from Argali, pretty skeletonized, lightweight, fixed blade knife. So I always like to have at least one fixed blade knife with me. Comes with the sheath. I recommend that. I think this is weighing in total like just shy of 2 ounces or something like that. Look at that little feather.
Wow, there is nothing.
Compare that to your bet. Jeez, Louise, look out.
Yeah, that is a significant difference.
So I like to have that knife. I'll go into this one here. This is optional. This is optional. So this is a Havalon bone saw, but it's still pretty lightweight. Sometimes I'll bring this, sometimes I won't. Whitetail hunting, I'll probably just leave it in. Actually, I left it in my kit last year when I was whitetail hunting.
Yep.
My tree saw, my hand saw, I was going up a tree, snapped in halfway up the tree. That was really cool. Watched that fall to the ground. And I had this in my pack.
Perfect.
So probably not recommended. You can cut a couple small limbs with this guy. So the only reason I really have this, though, is if you are on a hunt and you want to remove the rib cage hole.
Yep.
It's a really cool way to utilize the entire rib cage, and so that's why I have that. But I'll consider that one an optional. Rubber gloves. Sometimes I bring them, sometimes I don't. I generally leave them in. I probably have more than for just me, but this would be more for if I am on a backcountry hunt and I do want to keep my hands clean. Maybe there's not a water source to wash up or something like that, and you want to eat a sandwich. I just always feel like you probably wouldn't get sick, but if you can mitigate those things in the backcountry or when you're away from civilization, you can stay sanitary that way. I'm a 3-knife guy, Eric. So, but I can do that because I'm saving all this weight. So I carry one fixed blade. I've got this is a Havalon. I've also got a little Gerber. That's a replaceable blade knife as well.
Okay.
You'll notice a common theme here. My knives are orange because I like to lose those as well. So I go one fixed blade, one replaceable generally, and then I always have a knife just on my pants because you're always using this one. So this one's a Benchmade, and then it actually has a gut hook if you want to use that, which is actually kind of a multi-purpose. You can do a few things with that guy. I don't know. I should probably be holding these, but this guy, I haven't used this one. This is brand new, so hopefully I'll get to use this one here. This is that Argali knife.
Yeah.
A little bit of flagging tape.
Okay.
In case you need to flag out a blood trail. And I've also got some rope. This is actually the rope that I think came with some of my game bags, or I got this from Argali as well. Super strong. I just think rope is always, you might need to hang something, whatever. And then I got lots of Argali going on here. So I have the same, I think, game bags as you. Really strong, lightweight, durable. This doesn't weigh a whole lot. Reusable. They wash up good. They've got integrated string or kind of the same paracord-ish, cordage. So if you kill something, maybe you're not going to get the whole load out that night. You can use that. You can kind of hang that in the tree and get that air circulating around it. Couple trash bags. I like to. So this is with this Stone Glacier pack here. Or really a lot of the packs that I've used. It's got a meat shelf, so that it works great for that. Sometimes to save time, I'll just put my meat very temporarily, but I'll just line the bag of my backpack, so I'll put the meat in one of these trash bags, throw it in the main bag, and off you go. Yeah. So knife sharpener for the fixed blade. This is just like a cheap one from the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation.
There you go.
Actually, Eric. But it works okay. Little extra rope, just a little bit more.
If you run out all your other rope.
But I like this stuff is like not. This is kind of general paracord. Actually,
Yeah.
this is probably like not
Just regular.
just regular. In fact, probably less than regular. I think like the load bearing capacity of this is probably like not as good as like
Right.
true 550 cord.
Yep.
But something of this diameter is a little bit easier on your hands. So this stuff is like super crazy lightweight, super strong. You've got the reflectivity
it's gonna
built
bite
in,
into your hands
but
a
it's
little
gonna So, and then I also like carrying some of this because it doubles as a bow rope if you need it. I always carry a battery pack, and this might not be considered like part of your kill kit, but generally if you kill something, you're going to be wherever you are for a little bit longer than normal. So your phone might die. I've had it happen to me before. And you're maybe you're in a spot where you could text, but your phone's dead. So
agree. Also have one.
Yeah, and and this kind of doesn't maybe fall directly in that kill kit category, but kind of. Same thing with the comms. I recently added a Garmin InReach Mini. Actually, just this year, I was on that was like kind of a solo mission. I was like, I've been rolling the dice with comms, so I added that. And again, oftentimes somebody might be expecting you kind of at a certain time, but you got one.
That's a really good idea. I mean, even when Graham and I were in North Dakota recently, we talked about that a lot. We were in a place where we had no cell service, and it's like, okay, we're going to meet at this location, but all of a sudden somebody's an hour late. It's like, at what point does somebody go look for someone? If you have that and you can communicate, that's a big deal.
I mean, comms really are such a big deal. Like, oh, hey, did he get one? Or did he fall out of the tree?
Right. That's something that I will be adding here ASAP.
Or even just calling home. If I'd had this.
Can you make phone calls on that?
Or, excuse me, communicating home, I should say. So you can't call, but you can essentially text with it. 2 years ago, when I shot that buck here in Wisconsin, which actually I wasn't like super far from civilization, but and some of that was the catalyst for why this kit looks like it does now, with like an emphasis on comms. Killed that buck, tracked it, got it, whatever. Didn't have the battery pack with me. Phone died, so now my wife is expecting me at a certain time, and kind of that same story. So phone died, didn't have an extra battery pack, didn't have an InReach. I'm getting this deer out. I was fine, but she didn't know that.
Exactly.
Right? So just a lot of peace of mind there. Headlamp, just always have a headlamp anyway, but great for tracking, great for navigating your way out of the woods. I always try to carry two. I bought a sweet little black diamond headlamp. So this is actually, I really like this one too. This is a Petzl. I bought a black diamond because I lost my other backup headlamp, and now I've lost that one. So if anybody's seen a black diamond headlamp,
probably Mark's.
I'm looking for my auxiliary one. And then, again, I think this is something that you should it doesn't really fall in that kill kit category, but I think it's a good thing to have with
some
you.
Batteries.
And it can be nice if you're on a colder weather hunt and all of a sudden you got to work on an animal. It's a fire starter. So extra batteries and fire starter kit. So
perfect.
Maybe you're working up an animal with your buddy and you can get a fire started adjacent to you. And, and again, it's kind of one of those things where we're like, okay, we're going to be out here longer. So
definitely,
it's good to be able to build a fire. So, that's it, Eric. That's all. This mountain.
Just that.
Just this. I'm in a lot of ways, though. We should weigh this. Maybe we'll put that like in some sort of follow-up thing. But like, it seems like a ton of stuff. I'd be curious to see how much it weighs, though.
Especially if you compare it to this.
Right.
These are both fairly heavy items.
We'll do that. We got a scale here. Yeah. So a little bit over time, but Eric, thank you for the insight and your...
We want to know what's in your kill kit. So
yes.
Please.
Yeah, what's in your kit? Am I over the top? Is this too crazy? Does Eric not have enough? What
comment
are you
below.
carrying?
Yes, please comment. We want to know.
But thanks everybody for listening. Like Eric said, what's in your kill kit? What tricks? What things do you carry with you? We want to know. We want to hear them. It helps everybody out. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
See ya.